are watching the Marlene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
Welcome to the Marlene Cox Show. Welcome back, guys. Another week. I hope you had a great week. But we're back at the Marlene Cox Show as always. We always have a great show for you. But let's just inspire you today. Where are you? Are you focused on where you want to go? Do you know where those steps are taking you? Do you have a game plan? Do you have a roadmap? If you haven't started your roadmap, start your roadmap. Start your game plan, because we're going to have a great show today, because we're going to be talking about makeup. Guess what? It's all an illusion. But guess what? Your goals aren't. So we're going to sit down. We're going to write those goals. We got a great show. It is so good to be back. I am so happy to be back with you guys today. You know, one of the things we want to talk about today, why models enjoy the spotlight, and you see them running down the runway. And a lot of times we go behind the stage and show you all the great things that are going on with the models behind the stage, and even talent, if it's an entertainer or musician, all the exciting things that go on. And one of the things about that is talent, model, they always have to be ready. They have to, what do I mean when I say be ready? They got to have the illusion of that makeup. And that goes for the guys too. Yes, guys wear makeup on set. Most of them don't like it, but they have to wear makeup on set because makeup is an illusion. So we're going to go into that a little bit today, talking about that whole illusion of makeup and sculpture and contouring, because your face is a canvas, it's a blank canvas. And you have to understand how to build that canvas to make the best you, to make the best. And you're not doing an illusion, but you are highlighting them cheekbones and slimming down those nose. And you used to slim down the lips, but now everybody wants big lips to be, nice and big. So they're not doing a lot of that anymore. So they're even showing you how to do that. So it's all in what you want. But in all of that, you have to find the comfort level for who you are and what's best for you. So we're going to give you some tips. You're going to be talking to Mia Collins. She's going to be hosting today, part of the Maya team, and our makeup artist, consultant, business extravagant, Janet Mosley. Marcy. I was doing that because I'm waiting for them to tell me. Janet Marcy, entrepreneur. She's also heads up in the Maya department of business development. We're just going to have a wonderful show, models, talent, people who are maybe not in our industry, but you are entrepreneurs. We all have to know how to take care of that makeup, take care of that, and we need to take care of what? Our skin. So we're going to go ahead to get started today, and so we can have that perfect look. And at this time, we're going to get ready to slide on out the door to a commercial, and we're going to slide on back, and you'll have our guest host, Mia Collins, and our guest is Janet Marsley, entrepreneur, skincare specialist, makeup specialist. Man, you guys are going to be thrilled. So we're going to go back and we're going to go for a commercial, and we'll be right back.
You are watching the Marlene Cox Show. And we're back.
All right.
Let's get in.
You are watching the Marlene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
And welcome back, yes, to the Marlene Cox Show. I am your guest co-host today, and we have with us today our guest, Janet Morrissey, who is an entrepreneur extraordinaire. Welcome to the Marlene Cox Show. So nice to have you join us for this intimate conversation of your life and your career and what you have done with it all, and what are your aspirations in the future. So, Janet, as we get started, my main question to you today is, how'd you get started? Tell me how you got started in the industry.
I started as a young girl as a Wendy Ward model as part of their charm school, and I went on to do still modeling there in the mall and do some work with David's Bridal, and over time I ended up being a catalog girl for Montgomery Wards.
Okay.
And I went on to doing pageants such as the Miss Virginia Teenager pageant.
Nice.
And representing my area, sponsored by a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the course of my life, I ended up building upon all the skills as far as the right etiquette, what fork to use, how to walk, how to present yourself, how to build your wardrobe. I went on with my career.
I'm going to stop you right there because you said something that is very key for all of our guests today that are listening, that are inspiring to go into this industry and to become a model. And you said something was that you were in all the etiquette classes and you prepared yourself, you invested in yourself to build your career, which is so admirable of you to, and you continue to do that. And she has great energy. Let me tell you, this woman is like a firecracker. I just love her energy all the time. So as we talk more about how you got started in the industry, what are some things we can tell our guests that are out there today of being a makeup artist and how that translates from being a model, and maybe if they want to go more behind the scenes? Anything you can talk about in terms of that?
Yes, always understand the product line that you represent. I have always been a Mary Kay consultant since I was 20 years old. Basically, foundation isn't about covering your face, it's also about protecting your face. Mm-hmm. So try and have SPF in your foundation.
Yes.
Always cleansing your face is most important, so have a good skincare line as far as using all the same products within the line. Don't mix and match because those products have not been tested in the labs to see if they're compatible with themselves, let alone your skin type.
Now I have a question, because I know in today's society we have, I know my daughters, and I'm a true believer of using the whole line, because you get the most, I think, benefits out of everything that works synergically together out of the product. And my daughters, they are millennials.
Okay.
And they always say, no, you can mix and match. And I don't like the idea of that. So tell us why it's so important to, if you find something that really works with your skin and a makeup line, I think it's more important with skincare. Why is that so important?
Okay, so basically the formulas that make up your makeup line mm-hmm. are put together by chemists, okay? Mm-hmm. So within the product, such as the liquids that they use, they're compatible with the other items in your line. So your mascara won't smear because mm-hmm. Mary Kay developed the foundation. Things like that. It makes it where the cheek color actually adheres to your face, as opposed to if you used a different brand, it may not be compatible. It might actually give you a rash. Mm-hmm. You don't know what the consequences are of mixing things together. You would not go to your local lab and start throwing any item in the jar and thinking that it wasn't going to explode. It
can explode on your face.
You want to close the pores. You don't
right.
want to open the pores.
Right. Explode. I like that analogy because really, your skin will explode. You'll have breakouts, the inflammation or whatever. It
the
can
pores
cause
opening.
Yes.
The skincare line is meant to help make your pores healthier and smaller. which makes it where you have less wrinkles, and in taking care of your body also, as far as everything that you put inside your body, they've proven that wrinkles come from within inside. So your makeup is meant to help soften them and also fill in the lines. But what you ate, as such as your meals and things, are what is actually developing.
So
the
everything,
aging.
it's all skin deep. You know,
It
what you put in your body. If you're eating greasy foods and foods, not a lot of soda, it will come out through your skin.
Right.
It will come out through your skin.
Just like they say, always mask the night before you're going to model. Put on a good mask and really clean out the pores, because then the next day your pores will be at the smallest size that they can be.
And so that's awesome information, guys. Make sure you're taking some notes about that. Tell me a little bit now. You said you are a Mary Kay consultant, and tell me about that journey and why you decided to go with this company.
Okay, I met a lady when I was 20 years old that had used Mary Kay, and she was just beautiful, and she was approaching her 70s.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Okay.
you have to remember Mary Kay only started in 63, and I was born in 65. So she had only been using the product for maybe 20 years.
Okay.
But I was just like, I admired her. And so I started learning about Mary Kay. But what I love about Mary Kay isn't necessarily the product line. I love the products, don't get me wrong. What I love about it is the foundation that it gives you as far as the development of yourselves. Working with other women. Mary Kay Astor was a single mom that grew to $1 billion company, and she taught you the right ways to be an entrepreneur. Basically, there's many books that she has written, and has made it where you have to build what's called a strong foundation.
And you keep saying strong foundation. And I think that is the word of the day, because you have to have a strong foundation to build something. And Mary Kay for sure she's been, I've read some of her books, and she's just been phenomenal for helping build women into multimillionaires and setting a good foundation, helping them have something of their own, and helping them build a business, which brings me to a point of, when we talk about modeling, you only have a lifespan sometimes. Well, I shouldn't say that. You do have modeling today, you can model up until your 80s.
Correct.
But it's good. I think today it's not just modeling. You have women that are modeling, and they may create a brand from that, or they may build a business from that, or start a business or something else. And so Mary Kay could also be something that they can pivot to, that maybe they want to segue out of modeling. Like for me, I've been working with wardrobe and costumes forever. And so now I'm wanting to pivot and segue. So tell me about what information or things that you can say that would make someone say, hey, this is a great way for me to build a foundation into having another stream of income as I'm still building and still working in the modeling industry.
Okay. So basically, you're going to meet some of the top women in the world as far as monetary, as far as ethics, God first, family second, career third, that have learned what it takes, not just in the U.S., but internationally, what it takes and who to work with. And if you become a Mary Kay consultant, you are privileged to the 800 number, which means that you can talk to all the right doctors and attorneys and the lab people, everyone you want in regard to building your marketing. They help you. They do all your social media. They help you with your website. They have all these training videos that people don't see unless you're actually a consultant.
A part of the company.
And it's not expensive to become a Mary Kay consultant, because the investment is your time.
It's your time. Investment.
Yeah.
Investment. That's another. So we have foundation, and now we have investment.
Yes.
It's investing in you. It's
Yes.
investing in your preparedness for your future. And that can come in many different forms. That can be going back to school. It can be learning play the piano. It's an investment into yourself.
Setting your goals and making your goal poster of exactly what you want. Like I remember I had a picture of a Cadillac on my my gold poster. It was not a Mary Kay Cadillac. It was a SUV Cadillac. And I just had it on my gold poster. And what you think about, you bring about.
Absolutely.
My-
Manifest that stuff.
Yeah, my girlfriend, I walked around the back of her husband's van and she said, we have this extra car we don't drive. And ended up, it was exactly the car that was on my gold poster. And it was 3,000 miles away from when I put it on that poster.
Tell me, so now you're definitely, we know that you've been a long time client or working in the business. What are some of your favorite, give me your top 3 products and tell me why that your favorites.
Okay. My top 3 products that I like in Mary Kay is the oil-free eye makeup remover, which
Ooh.
they just updated it. But basically, the oil-free eye makeup remover means it doesn't clog your pores when you take off your eye makeup.
Oh, nice.
And it can be used for tons of things. You can Google it. It definitely gets rid of a lot of things. And,
so that's the oil-free
eye
makeup remover. Okay.
It's like something that you need to have in your household, kind of like Lysol. That's in your makeup area now.
I love that.
And then the other things I love is the foundation because it has SPF in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so foundation is not meant to just cover your face. It's meant to protect your face
Mm-hmm.
and close your pores. Okay, so I love the Mary Kay foundation. And the most important thing that I like about Mary Kay is she puts the cleanser and the toner and the mask and the moisturizer all as a set. So you can put your cleanser in your shower and your moisturizer on the sink, and you are good to go. We're
I
not
love that.
talking about all these steps and all these jars everywhere.
It needs to be simple.
It's
It
very
needs to be
simple. And then you're, as a consultant, you can build upon that. And I have marykay.com/golden delivery is my website. And
Little plug in there for her. Tell us again where they can find you.
It's marykay.com/golden delivery.
Mm-hmm.
As I used to live in Golden, Colorado.
You did.
Yes, and I ended up that a shout out for everyone. That means that I have been with Mary Kay now for 40, almost 40 years.
So let's that's a long time.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's a really great time. So let's kind of come away from that and just tell me. When I hear you speak, I hear your passion.
Yes.
I hear your tenacity and your determination. Where'd that come from?
I was a really shy person and ended up.
Excuse me.
I was.
Excuse me.
I went from a really shy person to Inc. 500 award winner in 2009.
Okay,
I was number
okay.
292 in the world.
Congratulations.
For fastest growing small businesses. And what made me come out is there a former Mary Kay director, Pam Klickna. And we had townhouses and we would host these teas and invite women to learn about Mary Kay. And she was like, just keep saying it. Just keep saying it. And I was like, okay, if that's all I got to say, I'm good. And that was how I got going. And I learned that never prejudge anybody. The second biggest sale I've ever had in Mary Kay was to someone that lived on a farm that asked me to bring warm wet washcloths, and the reason was she had no running water.
And so I'm going to pause you there because in the green room, Janet told me about this wonderful story. And tell our speakers, tell our audience about this story, in kind of like a snapshot.
Okay, so I got a phone call and she asked me to bring, she wanted a Mary Kay facial, and she asked me to bring warm wet washcloths, and she gave me the directions to her house, and she was like, well, once you go off state maintained roads, you'll go on to gravel dirt, and she goes, and then when you see the hay field, make a right through the hay.
Right.
I come up on this old plantation house, and it's a little eerie because nothing. It's broken down plantation house, and
right.
So I'm carrying up my bags and everything, and I walk in, and there is a man sitting in a rocker, rocking back and forth, the only piece of furniture. And so his wife calls from the kitchen for me to go back there, and I give her a facial, and I brought my warm washcloths not knowing they didn't have water.
Wow.
And ended up that she bought every item in the line. So
how'd that
it
make
was
you
quite
feel?
amazing. It was a $400 and some purchase back in like '86.
So that was a lot.
lot.
That was a lot.
And-
So tell me about that experience, because something that you said that was really key, that you never judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
And so, did you have any of those feelings come up when you were driving by the Plantation House?
Yeah, it was a little rickety. And ended up, I was in the boards. I mean, there was holes you could see through. And ended up, I was like, wow. And then I was like, but no, she really wants this. Like, this is important to her. And, you know, it was getting less important to me, but it was getting more important that she wanted it, because I was getting a little scared.
I love that.
And-
That is something that a lot of the young people need to take away with, and that is customer service.
Yes.
You serviced your customer. You went, you did it, you were determined, you were passionate, and you wanted to give her her experience.
Yes.
Guys, I mean, that's the place where I think we're going to go out into a commercial break, and we're going to have some more gems with Janet Morrissey as our guest entrepreneur, and 40 years with the Mary Kay Corporation. She's going to drop some more gems, so you stay right there with us, and we'll be right back.
You are watching The Marlene Cox Show. And we're back. You are watching The Marlene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
Okay. I told you we're coming back to get some more gems from our guest today, Janet Morrissey, entrepreneur, school extraordinaire, and 40 years with the Mary Kay Corporation. So I want to dig a little deep, Janet. I have some questions for you that I want to ask you. What are things when you're going about your day, and what are things that you look for in a client?
First of all, I select a client based upon it's someone that I would like to have in my life and work with, whether or not she just bought a lipstick once every 2 months or so, or whether or not it's something that she would be interested in. Mm-hmm. I am not a salesperson to sell just to whoever. I want them to be able to enjoy I don't want just to blow their money. I want them to blow their money on something they care about in bettering themselves.
So it sounds like you love building relationships.
I do.
So you're not just in it for the dollar.
No, no.
I mean, that's important. No, that's certainly important, but it sounds like to me, again, like I just hear the passion from you, and it sounds like you really love to build relationships, and your relationship building, which I love about all of those companies that kind of follow the same sort of business structure. They just you really can build long lasting. Yes, the golden rule, exactly, the golden rule. And so when you're finding the perfect client and you're giving her or him or they or she, her, whomever that experience, what are other things that that are important to you in terms of that you would like to partake on your client when you're having an appointment with them? Like, do you give them points on
Okay.
taking care of their skin, or
I
like what's
help-
it? Tell
I'm
me.
in it for a lifetime with them.
Tell me about that when you
So-
arrive. How's that go?
I may meet them as a teenager because mom said they came home with black lips. And she calls me up and says, John, can you help? She won't listen to me. And I'll say yes, but I also remember I'm going to be there on her wedding day. I'm going to be
Love
there when
that.
she celebrates her 20th anniversary. I'm going to be there on her daughter's big day. I like to stay with my clients. You know, once we bond and we get together, I become part of the family. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to call Jan to do our makeup.
I love that.
Or we're going to go to Janet's website and see what the new thing is. Because I want to give back to the community, and that's how I got into modeling. Ended up, I called up Marlene, and because I found out the modeling agencies that were in Frederick, and in turn, I wanted to give back to the industry. Because when I was in Miss Virginia teenager pageant, I gave back 20 years to that day by sponsoring someone for the pageant. So I wanted to give back to the Frederick community. And so that's when I became the director of business development for Maya Models. And in turn, I like to give back to the community. So there's a lot of times that I'll host for sororities or whatever, and I'm not making a dime to get up and speak on how to present themselves at for an interview.
I love that. I love that.
But
I
one
love
day
that.
they'll pick up my card and call me up and say, "Hey, I got the big job. I can do this."
And you
now."
know, and that to me as a consumer as well is so important, because I'm the type of person that when I come to you the first time and I love what you do, you have me as a customer for life, and then I'm referring my children, my daughters, my people. So I love that. I love that. And Janet, we've known each other for how many years now?
I guess it's been about almost 4 now.
And I'm just so taken back by how passionate you are about that, and how you like to really give back into the community. So I'm so happy that we're having this intimate talk, because I knew the day that she walked into the agency and she was so bubbly and full of life, and she's loves her grandchildren. I knew that there was an inkling of passion, but I'm really getting to know how much passion you have.
I was fortunate enough to be one of the original founders of BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, for the state of Maryland.
What is that again?
Bikers Against Child Abuse, BACA.
Okay.
And you do your child advocacy and sheriff's training in your federal background, and back when we originally started.
Wow.
And that was
okay.
20 years ago.
Mhm.
And I was also National Public Relations Officer for Hogs and Heroes, and which gives back for the vets, because my dad was a Marine.
Oh,
And
thank him for his service.
Thank you. And so as a result, I try and give back wherever I can, if it's in a small way, like.
So it sounds like it was built in your foundation with your family.
Oh yes, my father.
That word foundation came up again. So we have foundation, we have passion, we have servicing your customers, customer service. Tell me, what do you like about being a makeup artist?
What I love about it is the smile that it brings to someone's face. When they realize, wow, that I really have cheekbones, or oh gosh, that's the way my eyeshadow is supposed to look. It really opened up my eye. So I'll put eyeshadow on one eye and not on the other, or I'll do half a face and not the other half. And they see the difference. And nowadays in Mary Kay, we can do that virtually too. So I do teach virtual skincare classes and do one-on-one makeovers virtually. So I actually have a customer in Norway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing nowadays what we can do with the Zoom.
Yes.
Unfortunately we had COVID, but COVID gave us a different way of how we can get things done work-wise and internationally. Tell me a little bit about, I know you said you're the director of operations with Maya. Again, that's how we met her. Tell me a little bit about your role in that.
Okay. I help oversee about 10 members of our staff in regard to growing our business. So basically we're building a box, And we're making it where people who are interested in the industry, not necessarily rocking the runway, not necessarily being a model, but learning the skills that it takes to get the promotion, or
Right.
learning the skills for their daughter to sit still in church, you know, things like that.
Wait a minute now, sit still in church.
So there, you know, little things like that. Working with people and to be able to grow their skill levels.
I love that.
So we do the same thing with our employees, is we grow their skill levels. We don't necessarily take someone that is the top ranking person in their industry. We take people from all walks of life. They may have been a stay-at-home mom who had a strong passion for makeup artistry or for social media, and we gave them the resources to learn about social media.
And do you realize you're dropping so many gems? She doesn't realize it. Another gem that she just dropped was that coming to Maya is it's not just about becoming a model. It's about gaining those skills of how to conduct an interview.
Correct.
How to sit down and have a 5-course meal. How to walk in and own the room. You know, that's your runway, right? You walk into the room, you're owning it, you're on your own private runway, right? In my head, I'm thinking, I'm walking on my runway. And so that's so key. And what we deliver and share to our clients and our students is that it's not only about modeling, it's about getting that training that will last you for a lifetime.
It's about getting all the business cards and all the contacts. Like, I remembered, I was like, oh, give me 10 minutes, I just got to walk this room. And I was at a chamber meeting, and there was all these people, and I literally went around the room, and by the time I got back, I had everybody's business card. I didn't give out any, but I contacted them all, and my friend was like, we can go now? I'm like, yeah, I got them.
And so I am just enjoying this. Tell me a little bit about. I think you said you, and if I can dig, you're also going. You've gone back to school.
Yes.
Tell me about that, because like her, you know, we've been on this road, and it can be a hard road, and when you're in our
speed bumps. That's what I call them.
Yes. And so tell me about what made you decide to do that.
Well, I rode some speed bumps and I climbed some mountains and fell down.
Yes.
And, so I've done a lot of things in my career. I worked for a CPA firm. I've worked in IT. I've worked in SpaceNet. I have worked in construction. I built commercial buildings in like 17 states. I've done different things. And as a result, you have highs and lows, you have contracts that work, contracts that fail. So I decided I wanted to learn a little bit more. And so I went back to school for law. And I'm a junior this year in pre-law with National University. And I'm going to get my law degree. And since I'm above 50, it's called Young Attorney. And I will be a, quote, young attorney, and hopefully, and well, I know I will. And anyway,
She will.
And I'm going to take all of my experience in all the different industries, especially in the entrepreneur part, you know, like working for, STSC when it went to Manugistics, for logistical software, and just being on the cutting edge of video conferencing. And I actually worked for IBM in chip replacement and inspection the year the PC came out, the Federal Systems Division. So I
well,
like
let me just say, world, watch out. Here she comes, world. Here she comes, Janet Morsi. And that's going to bring us to another commercial break, so that we can kind of get our arsenal full of more gems from Janet Morsi. Entrepreneur extraordinaire, grandmother. Do they call you grandma? Nona, Nana?
No, I got the official title, grandma. and it's yes, Soleil and Luna, Sunny and Moon. And we're already working on their logos.
So, we'll be back. We're going to take a commercial break. And thank you again for tuning in on the Marlene Cox Show. We'll see you in a few.
Thank you.
You are watching the Marlene Cox Show. You are watching the Marlene Cox Show.
Okay.
And we're back. You are watching the Marlene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
Okay, welcome back, guys, to the Marlene Cox Show. We're almost at the end of our incredible interview with our guest, Janet Morrissey. I'm going to ask her one more question, and then she's going to, I don't know how many more gems she can give you because she's given us all, but she's going to give you some tips and tools. And my one last question is, if there's anything that you can tell or leave or part with, how'd you do it? Just give us one thing, and then I want you to go into some tips and tools.
Okay. I would like to give you guys the thing that my parents met in Cairo, Egypt, and they built a pyramid together as a family. And always remember, no matter how young you are or where you're at in your career, start building your pyramid. Start reading and getting training and reaching out to mentors, and really pay attention to who's walking beside you on the sidewalk, and take in everything they have to offer to build your arsenal of your foundation, because you're going to start building your pyramid, and that's the only way you're going to get to the top. It's about how you present yourself, including your foundation that you wear for your makeup. And just remember, start with the base and start climbing.
Well, this lady is one in a million, I tell you. As I sit here and we go through this interview, I'm just getting to know more and more about you, and it's been so sweet and special. Other than the already 1,000 gems that you've given us today, I'm walking away with just a lot. We're at the point of, tips and toodles! Janet?
My tip to you today is God first, family second, career third, the Mary Kay Ash way. Now, I want to let you know that starts with building your goal poster. I don't care if it's on your phone or if it's on a poster board. Go pick the parts in the world that you want to have and build your poster, okay? Where you want to give back, who you care about, the stack of money, the $1 million ones, whatever your picture is. And I want you to look at it every single day, because they've proved that what you think about, you bring about.
Absolutely. And we're going to close it with that. Thanks for joining the Marlene Cox Show. You got those gems. Thank you, Janet Morrissey, for being our guest today. We'll see you soon.
watching The Marlene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.